Very much. Now to our other big story today. Two indigent defendants, both facing potential death sentences, both unable to pay for their own attorneys.
Utah County taxpayers are on the hook for potentially millions of dollars in legal fees for the attorneys contracted to represent them. Chief investigative reporter Wendy Halloran looking into the taxpayer angle. Wendy.
Well, Mark and Heidi, it has been a war of words in court filings. The defense team for Michael Jayne arguing about equitable treatment when compared to accused assassin Tyler Robinson. The case of Michael Jayne, prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Jayne for the murder of Santa Quin Police Sergeant Bill Hoosier. Prosecutors in the same county are seeking the death penalty against Tyler Robinson for the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Court filings show the appointed attorneys in the Jayne case, Rudy Batista, Jonathan Nish, and J.G. Askar, are pressing for more money. On November 20th, Askar filed this motion to order funding for a third attorney because the original contract only has Batista and Nish on it. Askar accuses the county of putting hard caps on Jayne's case, but not on Tyler Robinson's case. The footnote says, could anything be more un-American than Utah County trying to tell Mr. Jayne, we've arbitrarily decided your attorneys can only spend so much time on your case, even though we're totally fine letting Tyler's attorneys choose how much time they need to allocate toward his defense. Utah County Commissioner Skylar Beltran emailed me back saying in part each case is different and that they always consult with their defense expert Greg Skordas. The county works to protect taxpayer funds by including standard caps. In Robinson's case, we determined it was in the best interest of all parties to move forward without the usual cap. That situation was very unique and involved irregular circumstances, which warranted a deviation from our normal practice. Civil Division Chief Paul Jones says under the Jayne contract there are no hard caps. There are presumptive caps the defense can exceed if they demonstrate an extraordinary need for additional funds. Askar asking Judge Thomas Lowe to be allowed to withdraw from the Jayne case. So what does all of this mean for the taxpayer if Michael Jayne's defense attorneys succeed?
It is a lot of money, and we want to make sure it's spent efficiently and correctly.
Billy Hesterman, president of the Utah Taxpayers Association.
Well, in the case of Utah County, where they have a budget that's in the hundreds of millions, hopefully, something like this that will be millions of dollars, they can shift their budgets around and cover it with what they already have in their coffers. If not, certainly it could mean a tax increase for the residents within Utah County.
Generally, property tax or sales tax hikes.
Hopefully the commission at that time will have put aside maybe some of those projects that were, again, nice to haves, and maybe cut back services that are being provided to make sure that this fund is getting the sufficient amount of money it needs.
Commissioner Beltran says tax increases are evaluated using a holistic approach. So no, a tax increase is not imminent due to either case. That's not to say both aren't a significant expense to taxpayers, but we're making it work. Now, as for G.J. Askar asking to withdraw from Jayne's case, Christopher Ballard, Chief of Staff for the Utah County Attorney's Office, says Askar has never been a party to any contract with Utah County to represent Mr. Jayne on any case, but that Rudy Batista and Jonathan Nish may have agreed to allow him to join the defense team on the capital case and file an appearance for Jayne, which he did. I emailed Batista and Nish asking about this, but did not receive a response. Askar tells me Batista brought him on after Jayne rejected two other attorneys. Mark and Heidi.